The following is a hockey podcast out of Vancouver and Surrey, British Columbia. It'll only consist of a lot of puck talk and even more BS, or in actual words, banter and satire. Enjoy, and as always, go Canucks go.
If I'm already paying $5 for a single Gatorade in 2025, you best believe I'm paying. If I'm Sam Bennett paying $5 for a single $10 million, okay? For real. Well, let's talk about it on Locked On Canucks.
You're Locked On Canucks, your daily podcast on the Vancouver Canucks, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
People, we back doing this, and that's talking about your Vancouver Canucks. My name is Kyle Bowen. One love to the Don't Doze Art Lab, and hey, one love to the Locked On Podcast Network. We're doing this thing, okay? Establishing that culture, right? It's your team every day. The people are first, the fans are first, a.k.a. you and you, and you and you, and you and you are first as well. Speaking of which, we got to get straight to the comments. All of are asking, where the F am I getting Gatorade for $5? Yo, go to the gas station and look for a Gatorade, okay? The other day, I'm like, yo, baby, I'm talking to my girl. What do you want? I'm going to the gas station. I got you. I'll take care of you. I want to be a provider. She's like, nothing. And then 2 minutes later, she's like, you know what? Never mind. Get me a yellow Gatorade. I go get her that yellow Gatorade, and it was like $4.50 for normal size at the gas station. This is somewhere in Richmond. Back in the day, it was 2 for $4. I'm getting old. All in all, though, that is the reason why I would pay Sam Bennett $10 mil plus a year to play on this team. Or if I'm any GM, right? You pay that guy. That guy is like the spokesperson for Gatorade, right? You remember those old Gatorade commercials? The sweat dripping off these athletes in the color of the Gatorade they're drinking. Sam Bennett is that guy, the face of Gatorade. The face of Red Bull, too. All in all, though, it's somewhat of a blessing that, even though Connor McDavid, the face of the NHL, is failing in the Stanley Cup Finals, that Sam Bennett, a real hockey player, right? A prototypical hockey player. This is why you watch the game. Yeah, you skate around, do your thing, score some nice goals. Congratulations, Connor McDavid. But Sam Bennett, he's like hockey, okay? For real. On the other end of the spectrum, like how you sell the game is by watching that guy play. The dude competes. He's, the master of the cheap shot too, which is crazy, but it's hockey, right? Hockey's it's a sport, but it's also an extreme sport. It's like you're watching Jackass on skates, right? Like UFC on skates. Sam Bennett is that guy too, and he has 15 goals in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Okay, that is something else. And I know it's a UFA year, and maybe he's sniffing some of that UFA energy down in Florida. That's helping, boost his stats. But all in all, even without the goals, this guy is an impact player, a player who helps you win games in the playoffs. Florida's been to 3 straight Stanley Cup Finals. They're 1 win away from winning back-to-back Stanley Cups. And again, Sam Bennett doing everything, including scoring 15 goals. Right? That's something else. Now, everyone knows that. Right? I feel as if everyone's watching hockey these days, even when their team's not playing, because hockey is just so entertaining, and you're glued in. And again, McDavid's in the finals. Like there's reason to believe that this is a moment, a pivotal moment in the game's history. And again, everyone is glued in, and everyone knows all the stats about Sam Bennett. But everyone just thinks he's going to stay in Florida. And on top of that, everyone kind of knows Vancouver has no chance of getting Sam Bennett unless they overpay him, right? People are throwing out the numbers, right? 7 years, $70 million for Sam Bennett if you want to poach him out of Florida. 7 years, 9.5. If Vancouver has to do it, it's 7 years at 10.5 per, right? They got a super overpay. And I'm telling you, if they do, it's okay. For multiple reasons. Now, let's get the garbage out of the way, right? You're living in a feared mind state, right? Again, Sam Bennett, crucial part of a team that's been to 3 straight Stanley Cup Finals, okay? He's one of those guys, that alpha. Yeah, time in and time out. A lot of people don't want to touch this guy because they're looking at his regular season stats, right? Oh, he's got 51 points this season. You know, that's why you don't pay him. You have to get into the playoffs to get the most out of him. And to get into the playoffs, you got to make the playoffs. And how are you going to make the playoffs without regular season producing point players? Dude, shut up. Again, he's been to the finals 3 straight years, and he's a big part of what Florida is doing. Minus the offense. I can wait for... I'm taking that risk if I'm getting a 29-year-old Sam Bennett, okay? For the next couple of years, doing his thing on my team. If I make the playoffs, I got one of the best players in hockey on my team. That is just the truth. Shout out to Yellow Dog Brewing. Just took a sip. I feel alive. Where am I going with this? Yeah. You pay for a guy that's clearly one of the best players when hockey matters the most. And when hockey is played like hockey the most. For real. It's all good to overpay for Sam Bennett. And let's say the Canucks do it. Let's say the Canucks sign him 7 years, 10.5 per. They quote unquote overpay. And Pettersson is not, back to being the alien. And next year still kind of sucks. And then you got to sell Quinn Hughes and whatnot. I'm telling you. Recency bias is a thing. This playoff is hitting like crack, okay? For real. In 8 months, 7 months. If you're signaling a rebuild, because again, Quinn Hughes is pissed and he wants to leave, you can trade Sam Bennett, even if you overpaid him. You can. You're not going to have to swallow up that contract. You might not get dollar for dollar, but you can get off that contract. Right? He has 45 points going into the deadline, 37 points going into the deadline. The Canucks are faltering. Teams are still going to be lining up to take that chance. Because A, Sam Bennett, and B, look at the Brad Marchand thing, okay? For real. It's all good, to pay the price to get somebody at the deadline, knowing that they could just transform anything in April, May, and June. And Sam Bennett, part of the culture change in hockey, right? Yes, there's a lot of goals being scored, and it's more athletic than ever. And again, Connor McDavid, give him his flowers. He's been able to do that. He's made the game way, 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 way more exciting, right? Arguably the most talented person. For real. To ever play the game. But for the 3rd straight time, or for the 18th time mentioned in the show, Florida's made the Cup final 3 straight years. And look at the way hockey is played even harder in the playoffs. Because for years and years and decades, playoff hockey is the best, and it's a different sport, and it's tighter, more physicality, right? The margins are slim. It's a tighter game. All that stuff was there, but recently, like uberly recently, it seems a little tougher. It seems a little grittier. It seems a little cheaper. It seems as if there's more dogs running the show in the playoffs. And it's because of the Florida Panthers. Look, there's just more Panthers. Puck the dogs. The game is changing. So much so in April, May, and June. You need guys like Sam Bennett in the playoffs. And I feel as if, and again, the UFA year, it's psychologically, money's the motive. We're all gold diggers, right? That's definitely adding some juice to what he's doing right now. This guy's made so much money in the last 3 months. I feel as if he's actually made himself close to $20 million bonus in 3 months. It's incredible. He's leaning into not desperation, but his circumstance, and it's paid off. But I'm convinced that this guy, we saw it early, okay? 18-year-old Sam Bennett, somehow already 29. That guy who played for Calgary, who helped Calgary eliminate us back in 2015, was this guy. A bit smaller, less experience, but this guy for the Calgary Flames. Maybe not scoring as much, but helping his team win in the playoffs. Sam Bennett, in his blood, is built for April, May, and June. The proof is there. And I feel as if him getting paid is not going to stop that motor from a guy who had a lot of pedigree, growing up. Yeah, he was. I feel as if this guy was touted to be, one of the best players in the league prior to his draft year, right? Falls down a little bit. I think he gets drafted like 4th or 5th, if I'm correct. Anyways, this guy has a competitive drive, and it's been there from a young age. It's there now, and I feel as if him not being a UFA will obviously give us playoff Sam Bennett. Now, the 15-goal thing, that's crazy. That's crazy. But if you look at the film in last year's playoffs and the year before, like Sam Bennett was still this damn good or this damn effective in other ways. Remember, he knocked out Brad Marchand in the first round last year. Cheap shot. WWE move. Again, finding ways to help the Panthers win games. I'm not scared of Sam Bennett. Again, you overpay him. Every GM's going to look at it this way. I promise you, okay? You overpay for Sam Bennett. If it doesn't work out, you trade Sam Bennett. GMs will not be scared of him lacking regular season success. He's done a lot for himself in the last couple of months. And it's been a blessing, man. He's outside of the bias, right? I hate the Oilers. And outside of, again, him hammering it to them and just scoring goal after goal after goal after goal, he's just made the game so much more fun to watch because hockey's at its best when some of the faces of this sport are pieces of shit. And this guy's the biggest piece of shit. Right? Anyways, on the other side, we're going to talk more about Sam Bennett joining the Canucks, okay? Because reason number 2 is the obvious one that nobody's talking about, okay? Why the Canucks so desperately need Sam Bennett. But before we do that, let's run a commercial. Again, you're listening to Locked On Canucks, one left to the Don'tos Art Lab for taking care of its neighbors. A friendly reminder that, you better be taking care of your neighbors. Because, the world needs it, okay? We got to change that lingo up. Anywho, shout out FanDuel. Today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Okay, you know the deal, right? Trevor and his 3-year-old, they gamble together, okay? It's family bonding. It's Father's Day. We have to talk about it. That's I don't know if that's the way to do it, but hey, that's getting involved. And using FanDuel is it's just easy. Right? We always talk about this. And, the NBA Finals still going on. It was Game 5 today. Well, was it today? Bet on the Stanley Cup Finals. Bet on the NBA Finals. But just do your thing. Do so responsibly. And right now, FanDuel customers can get what? $250 in bonus bets. If their first $5 bet wins, I lied to you. It's $200. It is what it is. Trevor reads the ads. And Trevor loves FanDuel. And I think he's going to Disneyland soon because he's using FanDuel. Okay, you know what? Download FanDuel. Okay? Now let's get back to the show. Okay, we back doing this, and that's talking about your Vancouver Canucks. My name is Kyle Bowen, one love to the Don'tos Art Lab. And speaking of Trevor, okay, hit the like button. The guy's got children, okay? I think that's how YouTube works. You hit the like button, you subscribe to the show, you tell your friends, you tell your family members that, you got to listen to these two idiots talk about the Canucks. You do all that, you help his family out. And I just told you, be a good neighbor. Crazy. Man, speaking of being a good neighbor, what's going on with the city of Vancouver, okay? And we just saw this with Drake and Jagmeet Singh, right? Did we not? Where's the loyalty, man? And it's got to be called out. It so desperately does. And the Vancouver Aquarium, what are these guys doing? cheering for the Edmonton Oilers, letting their Sea Otters play with some Oilers memorabilia or like some Oilers merchandise that they bought. And, they're rooting for the Oilers. And I'm like, yo, Vancouver, the Vancouver Aquarium is doing this. 13 months ago, the Edmonton Oilers, a.k.a. the Oil, murdered a bunch of orca whales in Vancouver. 13 months ago, and now we're cheering for the Oilers, okay? Dude, Oil murders sea otters, okay? Let's be real. You don't even have to Google it. You don't even need to use ChatGPT. But here's the Vancouver Aquarium cheering for the Edmonton Oilers. Why? Because it's trendy. It helps your SEO out or something. I don't know. It's a Canadian thing. Oh, it's a Canadian. Dude, come on. Slow down. Slow it down. 13 months ago. This city, man. This city. All I'm saying is that the Canucks make the Stanley Cup final. The Edmonton Aquarium, do they have one of those things? Do they? They better be rooting for the Canucks. They better kick out all their other animals and just bring in a bunch of orca whales in solidarity with Vancouver. All in all, though, we the South, go Canucks, go Canucks, go Panthers, go, and the big day coming up on Tuesday. Okay, let's finish off this conversation on Sam Bennett. Okay, if we just keep talking about the Oilers, you don't. I'm gonna get kicked out of Canada. Okay, but yeah, Sam Bennett, the Canucks need him because we need to replace JT Miller. Like that grit, that part of the fabric of a team, right? You want a crucial top six player that has balls, that is a dog. That again, it's a piece of shit that has other teams, scared to go to battle. We need to replace JT Miller still. And Sam Bennett wears the same number as JT Miller and is, in my opinion, what you'd want from JT Miller if your team made the playoffs. And we sort of saw it last year. We could have seen some more physicality, some more him being a piece of shit. I don't know. But JT Miller was definitely one of our best forwards last spring. But at the end of the day, we barely saw it, okay? We barely saw it because we never made the playoffs with JT Miller. All in all, though, again, we took that type of guy off this lineup, and at the top part of our team, like, let's just screw the whole lineup thing. If we bring up our best players, right? Our best players, our most important players. You got Quinn Hughes, Hronek, Pettersson, right? Like, am I missing somebody? Like, I'm talking the top part of your lineup, the echelon, right? The guys that have the cachet. Seems like we had like 5 or 6 of them a couple of years ago, or even last year. But now I feel as if we have three names. Okay, three critical players. You even look at their the amount they're getting paid. Those are the 3 names, and Hughes and Pettersson just they got stuff to prove in the playoffs. Especially with that dog-like mentality, that battle mentality. Right? We've barely seen it. Something tells me that Hronek will always have that POS in him, right? That grit, that playoff-like energy. Something about it. Maybe it's his beard. I don't know. Like, he still has a lot to prove. He's barely made the playoffs in his NHL career too. But I guess what I'm trying to say is, this team needs Sam Bennett. They need more of their top guys guaranteeing. Yes, guaranteeing that they're down to go to war. They're down to lose some teeth. Right? They're down to get, I don't know, high sticked in the face because they high sticking someone else in the face, right? I want somebody up the lineup who's down to sucker punch, okay? Oh, but the Oilers don't have guys like that up there. Dude, the Oilers have McDavid and Draisaitl. It's different. There's not a lot of 1-2 punches like that in the history of this game. It's like Makar and McDavid and Draisaitl and McDavid. It's like, dude. Did I say McDavid, Colorado, McKinnon? Like, all I'm trying to say is that's the advantage, right? When you're in the Western Conference and you're gonna have to go against those two duos, right? It's McDavid and Makar. It's or no, sorry, McKinnon and McCarr, McDavid and Draisaitl. It's like, okay, those two are always going to be around in the dance. Boom, bam. I have a better chance at making sure the most important players on my team are hard to play against, are dogs, are annoying to play against, are physical, than getting one of those two guys on my team. Now, the bonus here for the Canucks is like, yo, they have Quinn Hughes, who's in that category. Who knows what Elias Pettersson is and blah, 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 blah. There's so many question marks. I just feel as if you can guarantee, yes, guarantee, and again, that's by overpaying Sam Bennett. If you can guarantee a guy like that to be in your lineup, then those two teams, Colorado and Edmonton, right? They're probably going to see you in round one if you just squeak into the playoffs, right? You do your thing, and now they got to go against Quinn Hughes and Sam Bennett. Quinn Hughes in a piece of shit. A part of my language, but yo, it's the guy's built for this, and I'm starting to look at this free agent pool a lot different, right? Sam Bennett is available. And yeah, he's perfect in a Florida system and dude, Sam Bennett is available. I've seen a lot of games. Again, Florida's made the Stanley Cup Finals for 3 straight years. I'm not putting this guy on Matthew Tkachuk's level, but the guy's legit. The guy's important. The guy helps you win playoff games. We even saw his importance in the the World Cup of hockey or whatever happened, the Four Nations tournament. I'm sorry, a couple months ago. I'm just convinced that this guy could, match up with other teams and go to war against some elite players and come out on top. Because I'm not questioning that guy, again, in April, May, and June is not the hardest working player on the ice. Anyways, let's get to the comments and feed them in. Okay, I got a couple more minutes left. No, I got 3 more minutes left. Okay, people got to make music. The Canucks got to replace JT Miller still. Sam Bennett's available. Do the math. Hangy is saying, I used to think that players who played on the edge were pieces of beep. I won't say the S word again. I'm sorry. But if you watch hockey long enough, you realize that these types of players are essential for a winning team. He's just hard to play against. Sam Bennett is extremely hard to play against. He keeps his motor going. He's in your face. He's in your face after the whistle, too. He's trying to draw penalties. He's just so annoying. And his work rate is clinical. Okay? Next comment. Look at this comment. Supersonic saying, having a Tom Wilson is ideal. Like I said before, I'd rather have Sherwood be that Tom Wilson, Sam Bennett type of guy. Yo, Sam Bennett and Kiefer Sherwood on one line, that would be something. And Kiefer Sherwood is going to have that UFA energy next year, so that would be fun. Now, could Kiefer Sherwood be Sam Bennett or Tom Wilson? I don't know. You got to see it because you got to see it in the playoffs, okay? You got to see it in the playoffs. It's a different beast. Like, could Kiefer Sherwood shine in a series against a Tom Wilson or Sam Bennett, right? Could he? I don't know. He'd be a part of the action. The guy's effort level is strong. But again, the playoffs are a different beast. Until I see it, that's the one thing that I've learned by watching so much playoff hockey, okay, this year. I'm just trying to convince myself, okay, maybe I got to slow down with some of my expectations about the Canucks sometimes because the game is so different. It's like you're watching a different sport. It's like you're watching you're going from what's that intramurals to the real stuff. That's the trade-off between the regular season and the playoffs. It's kind of depressing too because I guess that's the one downside from watching so much hockey this year. It's like, oh, I got to wait till April till it's the perfect game. Now, all in all, though, yeah, I just want to see these players like Sherwood, right? Could Sherwood score 3 goals every playoff series and be a POS? Could he maybe score 5? We've seen the type of shot he had. We've seen so many goals from him this year. Could he do that in April, May, and June? We got to find out. We got to find out. Anyways, I got to get out of here. Let me know in the comments, would you overpay for Sam Bennett? And again, do the math. You can trade him if he does suck next year. It's not going to be the Pettersson thing, okay? Teams are going to watch these highlights for quite some time and want guys like Sam Bennett. And I feel as if he can get away with that, right? Like, oh, well, he's not having the most productive regular season on the score sheet. It's okay. April's coming up. Overpay Sam Bennett. Hit the like button, subscribe. One love to the No Toes Art Lab. And thanks for watching Locked On Canucks.